Is everyone hungry? Hey? Look at you all. All hungry. Alright. Am I going to sit down or am I just going to... I'll stand here. Oh gosh. You're on my chair. That's where I sit. I'm having to feed them like at before 5 p.m. now instead of the usual 6:30 because it's getting dark so much earlier now. What about you, Cookie? Can you actually catch? Oh, it wasn't a very good throw though, was it? Oh, you're fighting over it now. What about you? Can you catch? Oh, look at that. Look at all those poos on the deck that I have to clean, hey? Oh, excuse you. You just flew up and tried to take that out of my hand, didn't you? Let's try again, Cookie. Are you watching? Are you watching? Cookie? Are you watching? Ready? He has no idea. The magpies can do it. And the little butcherbirds. You ready, butcherbird? Well done. Alright, I'm going to sit down now and just throw this on the deck because I'm doing this one-handedly. So let me come and sit down. Oh, here we go. No fighting, no fighting. It's very difficult for me to do this one-handed, you guys. You're just going to have to be patient with me. Because the chicken balls are a bit big for, like... Oi! I must have dropped something at my feet. I'm dropping them and they're coming down to my feet. There we go, here you go, there you go. Everybody's hungry. Some of the kookaburras aren't that friendly and they don't want to come up. I don't know if I... Oh, okay, there you go. I don't think I trust your big beak. Oh, he was trying to... Did you see that? The magpie was trying to take it out of the kookaburra's beak. Oops, sorry, I dropped it. Do you want one too? Okay, butcherbirds. Ready? Well done. Here's your mate. Did he get it? Nope. He got it. All right, all right. You're pushy, aren't you? This little one, he's very pushy. There you go, Cookie. Maggie. All right, here you go. I'm going to have to put my phone down and use 2 hands to break chicken balls now because it just takes me way too long trying to do this one-handed. Hey. Hey, that's your child. You shouldn't be taking it out of his beak. Come back. There you go. You're much more gentle than your parent. That's for sure. Hello. He doesn't like it when I do that. Touch his foot. All right, look at this. We're already up to nearly 4 minutes. I'll finish feeding them and I'll see you guys real soon for the video. G'day guys, welcome back. Welcome to Pouring Your Heart Out. I am going to go again with the 3D bloom with the mica powder in it, like I did the other day. So I got these, which I really love. But I'm going to see if I can get a little bit more depth. And I think another way to get more depth is to pour the resin a little bit thicker. This I probably got half with clear, or maybe just a little bit over half, and then the background. So I'm going to fill them a little bit more today and see if I can get them to kind of drop a little bit and maybe get a little bit more depth to them. Excuse my dogs. And I've made up a little bit more resin. I am using the Let's Resin 4-hour fast cure. It's a 1-to-1, and in here I have got 150 grams of A and 140 grams of B. I took out 40 grams last time. I think I took 25 and I ran out, so I've got 40 this time, so hopefully we won't run out. All right, so let's go. Pour some in there. I don't know if I'll do a background. We'll see what happens. kind of don't know until I see how they're going to bloom before I decide. Scrape that out. Now, in Queensland, Australia, where I am, it is starting to get a bit colder now. And when I started mixing my resin, it was only 21 degrees Celsius in my studio. So in summer, you know, I'd come in here and it would be like 26, 27 degrees, really quite warm. So my resin was thickening up a lot faster. But now that it's only sort of 21, it's just got to 22 degrees now, the resin's taking a lot longer to thicken up. So here, what I did was I mixed my resin. I did put it in my vacuum chamber just to get the bubbles out. If you don't have one, that's fine, you can just let it sit. But this is a relatively thick resin. The 1-to-1 resins are generally thicker, which is great. It's what you need if you're doing the 3D blooms, but also they do tend to hold their bubbles because they're a thicker resin. So it's sort of a catch-22. So I did put it in my vacuum chamber. If you've got an airless bubble remover, you can use that just to get the bubbles out. So it has been sitting for, it's actually been sitting for 30 minutes now. I waited, so change that. I took its temperature. I waited till it got to 33 degrees Celsius and then I started my video. So that's what I did. All right, I'm going to go with some peach. I'm going to just try something a little bit different with my colors here. So it's always a good idea to put your colors in first and get them spreading and moving and stop moving before you put your white in. So that was, these are Deco Rom, just from Amazon. They spread nicely. They're not too highly pigmented, so I like them for 3D blooms, and they're pretty cost efficient, I don't know, either one. Anyway, they're good for that. So that's the peach, and now I'm going to go the deep purple. I'm just going to put that in the center and hopefully that'll push out. I don't like how they spit though. We'll go 2 drops of the purple. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to try for just a little bit of colour in the centre. I do like my blooms to be white on the edges. Get that out. That was when it spat a bit. I find if I hold the pressure on the bottle, it doesn't sort of spit as much, but they still do. All right, so in here, 40 grams of resin. And I'm going to use my bloom. I've had it upside down in there just to keep it all to the top. So because I want it more pigmented, I'm going to start with 6 drops this time. 1, oops, there's a hair. 2, 3, give it a squeeze, wait for it to come to the top, let it drop. 4, squeeze. 5, squeeze, let go. 6, okay, let's see how that goes. And of course it's totally up to you how much you want to add, how pigmented you want it. I don't even know if we're going to see that pink because it's, anyway, it's done. Now, I was looking everywhere for a white. I've got some off-whites that are shiny and I got a white that's matte. So I found this, it's by Resin Pro. So I'm going to use some of that, my white. And, oh my gosh, dogs. That's all I can fit through that little nozzle, but I'm going to do 2 of those. Oops. 2 of those. Okay, see how that looks. So that should be really quite nicely white and opaque, hopefully shimmery. So that's the plan. Because the last ones, you can see that my white was still quite a little bit transparent, and I want it to be quite opaque today. And it's just a matter of trial and error. I would advise maybe get a pen and a notebook and write down what you're doing, you know, the resin you're using, how long you've been sitting and waiting for it to thicken, what temperature it got to, you know, how many drops of white paste you're using. If you're not using bloom, you can use, you know, obviously you can use whatever you want. I just use bloom because it works for me. All right, how's that? It's a bit bubbly because I've been stirring it. I'm trying to stir gently, but like I said, it's a thick resin, so it wants to hold the bubbles. Okay. We'll go with that. We'll go with that. See how it goes. And you know, if it's not opaque enough, then we just go again. I just want to be careful that I don't make it too opaque. And then, you know, it's too heavy and it drops straight down, because that's what happens. I still see so many people putting up photos of blobby 3D blooms and they say, what have I done? And I'm saying, just watch my videos. I explain everything so clearly. But I guess there's a lot of people out there that haven't found my channel or haven't seen my videos. And I remember when I started blooms, oh my gosh, it was so depressing because, you know, I'd spend so much time and energy and everything getting everything ready, and then, you know, it'd be heartbreaking when you turn it out and you've got blobbies there. So yeah, I understand. And it took me months of trying to figure it out until I worked out that I really need to go by temperature. But it does depend on your resin. You can't just say, okay, go to 30 degrees Celsius. It depends on your resin. I've got one resin that I used to use for blooms ages ago. I'm just going to cut that there. And I had to wait for about 60 minutes, really, for it to get to temperature. It was a 2-to-1 resin, and it took ages to get to the right temperature. So you just need to experiment with your resin. It's not the same for all resins. All resins are not equal. All right, I'm actually going to do petals this time. Just want to do three rows of petals, and yeah, we'll see how we go. Just continuous. See how they're quite a nice, oh, maybe I'm doing 4. They're quite a nice thick line. And I don't mind going a little bit closer to the edge because the resin is going to sort of pull in as it cures. So around we go, trying to get a nice thick petal. If you make your lines too thin, it's really not going to spread properly. And you'll just get like a little thin spread, or sometimes it just might not spread at all if your resin, if your white lines are a bit too thin. But yeah, you'll get there. I got there. You guys will get there too. All right, that's that done. We'll wind this back up again. And away we go. Doesn't matter if you're not that good at piping. Your petals are going to be gorgeous regardless. I feel as if I'm running out again. I am using more this time than I did last time, because I just did spirals last time. I better come over here and do this one before I run out. Oh gosh, I'm gonna run out again, you guys, even though I've made like almost double. Gosh, it's because I'm doing petals this time, and also I'm making them thicker than I did with my spiral lines. I thought, yeah, 40 is plenty. 40 grams, plenty. Go in and just fix those up there. But yeah, look, it's quite forgiving. As the resin spreads, you know, it'll kind of close up. So any kind of mistakes you've made, yeah, it's quite forgiving as it spreads. And I think it's already starting to, I'm trying to get a little bit more in. I want to close that up there. Oh gosh. A little bit more. Squeeze it out. Ah, come on. Oh gosh. All right. Anyway, here we go. Now let me just clean my stick off. My stir stick. I'll use that again. Put everything in the cup. Give my hands a bit of a clean. Make sure that you don't spray any alcohol anywhere near these. Sometimes I do that by mistake. And then I get holes. All right. So the next thing we need to do is we need to come through and fix up any of these little blobbies or bits that we think, oh gosh, I made a bit of a mess there. Just kind of smooth them out a little bit. See, there's a bit of a circle there. Well, not a circle, but a bit of a blobby. The good thing with doing a continual or continuous petal like this is there's no sort of stopping and starting, which is good because you tend not to get too many blobbies that way. All right, quick little torch. The torch is running out. I'll have to stop and fill her up again. This is just a little butane one that you fill at the bottom there. Hopefully these are going to look pretty, you guys. Hopefully they'll spread nicely. So I'll try not to fiddle too much. You know, they tend to looking like a little bit messy at the moment, but I think as they bloom, as they spread, all these little things they'll tidy up, and you don't need to worry about them too much. All right, I'll get you down for a bit of a close-up, and then after I've done my little clean-up here of my workspace, I'll come back and show you what they are looking like. Oh, I forgot my swirl, you guys. Were you yelling at me? You forgot your swirl, Julie. Okay, here we go. Right, so what I want to do is, oh look, I'll just do a little swirl in the middle like that. Kind of start where you want it and then come in. Start out. I mean, you could start in the middle, go out and then come in, but sometimes it looks as if the center's kind of been overworked. So just sort of start out and then just come in. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now I'm going to have to torch them all again. Alrighty. All right, now we can go in for a close-up. And then, like I said, I'll come back in about 10 minutes or so and see what they're looking like. So because I have waited 25-30 minutes for them before I decanted, the resin is a bit thicker, so it might take a little bit longer for it to start moving in. I'll keep an eye on it. If it doesn't look as if it's closing all the way, I'll get my heat gun out and just give it a bit of a heat. But I'll just give it 5 minutes and see what it's doing. So, all right, see you soon. All right, guys, it's been a few minutes. So what I did was, look, I didn't video it. I got my heat gun, I put it on low, and I just sort of went around like this. I'm not going to do it now because it's closed. Went around like that, changed hands, went around like this. Make sure your cord doesn't go into it. That side, around here, that side. Turn you around, do this side. Try and keep it kind of horizontal so it's pushing down. You don't want to go straight down. You want to push it so that the white's going across like that. So I just did all that. Finished off with a little bit in the center like that. And I think it's actually closed up really nicely. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. Haven't got a lot of colour, but I didn't want a lot of colour in this one. So we'll just have a look and see. We'll come back down again and I'll show you how beautifully it's closed up. We are getting some nice colour in the centre. And like I said, if it's still not as opaque as I wanted it, we'll go again. And next time I'll do 40 grams of resin and 8 drops of white, 2 scoops of white mica powder. So yeah, we'll just play it by ear, experiment. You guys can come along for the ride, and we'll experiment together. There's a little bit of room left, I guess, for a top coat if I choose, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, I'll see you guys in a few hours regardless. Righto, it's been I don't know, 3 or 4 hours, and these are touch drying. Couldn't unmold them yet; they'd be still really soft. Probably be okay if you wanted to do bowls, but I'm going to do a background now because I really want the shimmeriness of the white petals to stand out. I want to do a matte background. I don't want to do a shiny, glittery, in-your-face background. I just want it nice and plain. So I thought I want a matte colour. And I'm thinking like a pale pink, I think would be really nice. An opaque, matte, pale pink. So I had a look at my opaque pastes. Most of my pigment pastes and obviously mica powders are all shimmery. So I found these by Amore Art. So that's the colours there. One is more of a musky colour and this is more of a pinky colour. I don't think really in either of them match. I'm going to try and mix them. And because I want them quite pale, I might add some white as well. So this one is called Pastel Red. Looks pink to me, but yes. Whoa, whoops. Let's squirt a little bit out first because it's just coming out with the... haven't used them for ages. Ah. So you can't shake them because they're a thick paste. Are you going to do anything or are you just going to be oily? Here we go. It's like most pastes, I think, have a layer of oil on them and, you know, you can shake them. But with this one, it's so thick you can't really shake it. Do a couple of drops in there. Let's have a look. See, you can't shake it. It's too thick. And because I haven't used it for years, it's probably separated. I used to do these when I was doing my little pendants. Can't get anything out of this one. Oh gosh, there's probably not much left in there and it's going to take a while for it to all come down. Come on, you can do it. Oh, there it comes. Oily again. Let's just drip that out until we get rid of that oil. Maybe if I store them upside down, it might be a better option. I'll have to go and turn them all upside down because this is just like a waste, isn't it? Look at all that oil. It's just oil sitting on top. Who knew? Hey, did you guys know that this is... I'm going to use 2 hands. Did you guys know that that's what pigment paste had in it? A lot of oil. I'm wasting a lot of oil here, but look, I'll do it in front of you. We'll learn together, as I always do. Okay, there we go. So now we're getting the colour out. Put a little bit of that in there. And we'll just see how we go. Oh, okay, I need much more than that. Much more. Much more than this. I did it my way. That's just what came into my head when I said that. Yeah, so this is, yeah, it's more of an orangey tone, this one. And then this one's got the purpley tone to it. I'll add a bit of white as well. See, I don't have any issues with my bloom paste. Right, let's stir that up. So yeah, I just want a pale pink. All right, I'm going to have to squeeze a lot more into that because it's really watery looking. I'll continue to squeeze it and I'll come back to you. It's looking more pink now, but still not quite opaque. I'm going to add a bit more white because I want it light. I want a light pink, but I want an opaque pink. So I'll just add some more white into it. I know the colour that I'm wanting. Just like a pale baby pink sort of a colour. Bit more white. Whoa, that was a big squeeze. And it's okay to mix colours if you've got something specific in mind that you want to use, like you're going for a particular colour, then it's okay to mix colours. Now, actually, just while we're talking about oils in pastes, I'm just going to go and grab my black Cast and Craft, which is sitting on the shelf there. That's it there. See all the oil? And then there's a bit of black paste on the bottom, but it's basically all oil. That's my Cast and Craft. I haven't used it for a while, so it's all separated. Paste has gone to the bottom and the oil sitting on top. But yeah, you don't get much paste. You get a little bit of paste and a lot of oil. Right, that colour's looking really pretty. Hopefully it'll be opaque enough. Might just make it a little bit more opaque. So a little bit more pink and then a little bit more white as well. A bit of that, a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Okay, and we're almost there, guys. There's not much room left on these coasters. I probably only got like, yeah, hardly any. 2 millimeters of depth. I've pretty much filled them up. So I think I'm going to have to make some puffy hearts because I've got way too much here. Probably only needed half of this because I was kind of looking at them and I thought, you know, 3, 6, 9, 12, 120 grams or 4 ounces, 1 ounce in each. But I don't think there's going to be room for an ounce in each. Okay, that's really pretty. I'm liking that. What do you think of the colours? Kind of match? Right, let's just push this to the edges. See if I've got enough room. I'm going to do them one at a time. And I've explained this to you in previous videos. If your resin underneath is still a bit soft and you pour something like this onto all of them, where it leaves a ring, see that there? That could potentially leave an indentation if your layer underneath is still quite soft. So I prefer it just to do one at a time. Has that happened to anyone and you think, oh my gosh, where did that ring come from? It's because your bottom layer wasn't set up enough and your top layer left that indentation. So just do it slowly. Do one at a time if that's the case. Which fine is. But I mean, if they're all cured and rock hard, then you can just pour a puddle onto each. No problem. So anyway, I will finish these off. I won't bore you, making you watch me do all of them. But basically, I'm just pushing that up to the sides there. And I'll do them all. And then in about 4 hours, 4 hours, we'll be able to unmold. All right, let's put a little bit more on there. Push the boundaries, fill it up as much as possible. Yeah, because I don't want to, see through it. I want it to be opaque. Oh gosh, look at the mess I've made. All right, I'll finish these and I'll see you guys soon for the great unmolding. Okay, guys, they are cured. I think if I had to push my nail down hard, it would make a dent, like a little dent there. I'm too excited. I can't wait any longer. So they're coming out. They're coming out. I'll just I'll put them down on a sheet of plastic afterwards, just until they cure a bit longer, because yeah, they could do with another hour. Okay. Oh my gosh, very excited about this one. Hopefully it's worked better this time. Are we ready? Are we ready? Oh look, I can see petals in there. I can see petals. Oh, don't get too close. The camera jumps. All right, here we go. Without further ado. Oh, look, it has worked. See how the petals are much thicker? Few little blobbies. I think I could have waited a little bit longer with my temperature in the studio so cold today, 21 degrees. So this is what happens when your resin's not quite ready. And, I did add the extra white pigment paste. So this is what happens when you add more, your white gets heavier. But you can offset that by having your resin thicker. So that's the difference. See? Can you see the difference in the petals? Hopefully you can. Hopefully. Maybe not that much, but you can see these ones, see on the outside, you can sort of see through them. These ones are much more opaque. Look at that. Haven't got a lot of colour there, you guys. I haven't got a lot of colour. All right, let me grab this plastic bag here. I'll put that on the side so I can lay them down. All right. What do you think of my pale pink background? I could have gone a little bit darker, couldn't I? In hindsight. Hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't it? All right, let's have a look at this one. Oh, same. Wow, they are so similar. Very nice. I'm almost there. Almost there. Not quite. I'll have a look at my notes. So this one was 33 degrees before decanting. When I do it again, I'll add a little bit more pigment paste and I'll wait till my resin gets to 35 degrees and just see if we can get a better outcome. But look, I'm still happy with them. Just a few little blobbies there. There's another one. But see, it does give you that 3D effect. And also because, see how deep, or see I've made my white quite deep there. So there's more room for it to kind of drop down. Whereas with these ones, they weren't not very deep, not as deep. So yeah. Loving these petals. Do you like the shape of the petals? You see how you can see the edges are starting to sort of thicken? Sorry, dog's barking again. I swear they wait till I start videoing it to make a noise. There we go, there's the last one. All right, I will link this mold for you. I'm not going to put it away because I'm going to come back and do them again for you. Just leave them on this plastic bag for them to cure a little bit longer. And I might change up my colours next time because I've done the pinks and purples. This is very bright, isn't it? Very bright with a very bright sort of dark background. Maybe we can do some maybe turquoisey teal and blue colours next time. But yeah, I was keen to try this pale pink background. All right, so let me know what you think. They're all very, very similar. They really are. And with your swirls, if you wait until your resin is a little bit thicker, you get more of a 3D sort of a swirl as well. So yeah, look, that's good. We're getting closer. We are getting closer. See, that was the first one. This is the second one. Next time, third time lucky, we'll get closer. I'm just trying to show you that sort of 3D look. There we go. Look at that. I need to take a photo of that. It's really hard to catch it on film. So that's what I was trying to go for, and I have got it, just not perfected it quite yet. A couple of little blobbies there, but you can see, you see what I'm going for? Those sort of thicker, glossy, shimmery white petals there. So hopefully I'll be able to get it next time. I will wait until my resin reaches 35 degrees and then I'll decant. I think I kind of need a little bit more white paste just to make it a little bit more opaque. But if I make it a little bit more opaque, a little bit heavier, it's got more chance of sinking. So definitely we'll have to just wait until that resin is thicker. So this just shows you how the difference in the amount of paste you use gives you a different look. The thickness of your resin. Just trying to show you a little bit more. You can see it's got a bit of a sparkle in it there. Excuse the lights. I've got lights everywhere. But yeah, it shows you how important those things are. So you just need to practice, practice, practice. I'm still learning. I am. I'm not used to doing this type of bloom. Like, it's really pretty though. I like it how it's shimmery. It does look as if it's like made of wax or something like that, doesn't it? It's so cool. It really is. All right. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this little video, and come back again. We'll do it again and try to get a little bit closer to what I am going for. All right, but look, I'm really happy with the results of that one. Really love it. Let me know what you think. Okay, I'll see you all again real soon for the next one. We'll do it again. Okay, take care, guys. Bye for now.